A taste of Hollywood for Vancouver Public Schools video production students. The Youth Silent Film Festival gave them a chance to show off their talent and compete against the best young filmmakers in our area. More than 70 films were entered, and of those, the top 45 were selected to play on the big screen at the historic Hollywood Theater in Northeast Portland. They played over 3 nights, with a winner coming at the end of every evening. Each entry was set to one of 5 original theater organ compositions by organist Nathan Avakian, who played the songs live during the screenings. The films were judged by an impressive array of experts, including Portland's own Oscar-nominated director Gus Van Sant, local writer Chuck Palahniuk, author of Fight Club and a number of other bestsellers, writer-producer Tom DeSanto, whose works include X-Men and Transformers, and author and publisher Carrie O'Quinn. 6 films from VPS students made the final cut, 2 from Fort Vancouver High School, and 4 from VSAA. I caught up with 2 of the filmmakers outside the theater. I'm joined now by VSAA students Isaac Chamberlain and Zach York, and they have films showing in this festival. Are you guys excited to see your work on the big screen?
Yeah, it was really cool to see mine last night. So,
yeah. How about you, Isaac?
Yeah, this film was a big challenge, so I'm excited to see the other competition.
So, Isaac, let's start with you. Your film is kind of like a thriller. Can you tell me what we're going to see when we watch this movie?
Well, it's kind of weird and open to interpretation. The film's called Brother, and it's basically about a guy who has sort of hallucinations or delusions, and it's kind of creepy.
Where did you get the idea for this movie?
Well, I thought about things that were scary, and one of the things that I think can be really creepy in the right context are little kids. And I had a friend who's kind of a little guy, and he's kind of an actor, so I asked him if he would be the creepy little kid in my movie, and he agreed.
So that scene where in the mirror, when your actor is looking into the mirror and then looking and he sees the reflection of the kid, how did you pull off that special effect?
Well, basically, it took 2 takes. I did one with the camera positioned on the face of the older actor, and I did a quick pan to the mirror. And then I did one with the younger kid and did the same shot.
So basically, it's practical special effects. I mean, it's not anything with like an effects program, just practical special effects then.
Right, it was just quick editing, and it was pretty tough to get the frame. I had to go frame by frame to get it exactly right. But yeah, there were no special effects, just quick editing.
What are you going to do if you win $1,000?
Well, I'm going to college next year, so it's all going in the bank.
Thank you very much. Let's talk to Zach now. So Zach, your movie played last night. How'd it go, do you think?
It went over pretty well. The audience was pretty responsive to it, so I was pretty happy about that.
Yeah. So why don't you tell the people at home what they're going to see when they watch your movie?
My movie is called New Friends, and it's about a little girl who goes to a graveyard to raise the dead to be her new friends.
Where did you get the idea for this movie?
It just kind of had been an idea that was floating around in my brain for a while, and the biggest part is I wanted to make a zombie film without being a regular zombie film with all the guts and all the gore. I just wanted to have a twist that nobody would really expect, and I feel like I achieved that with the movie. So,
Was it hard to get your actors to sort of make themselves look silly?
it was hard to get my actors to be less silly. It was really hard to get them to focus, and eventually we got some decent takes out of them. So,
What is the biggest challenge of making a movie without any dialogue to convey a story?
the fact that you can't have any dialogue to really use anything. I mean, a lot of movies I've done in the past were kind of dialogue driven, with the fact that you kind of have the puns and the humor in with the dialogue, but with this one you had to do it all visually and kind of had to really set things up to look right. But it was kind of nice not having sound, because half the time somebody was being loud behind the camera anyway. We have a lot of shots where we'll have zombies shuffling down the way and somebody's laughing in the background, so it was kind of helpful not to have to use sound.
All right, well, thanks, guys. I really appreciate you coming out and talking to us, and I wish you a lot of luck at the festival, and thanks. Each evening began with an introduction from festival organizer J.P. Polinick. I had a chance to speak with him about the event. Tell me about the festival.
The Youth Silent Film Festival was created from me attending a benefit in November of 2009. Nathan Avakian, who is our organist, was playing the organ as a part of a recital for this charity. And I went away from that experience reintroduced to the theater organ, which is kind of an amazing instrument, and thinking, what could we do with this thing? And out of discussions with people involved in film in the Portland area, we came up with kids reinventing the silent movie. So there's the Youth Silent Film Festival.
What does this mean for you? You know, obviously this is a lot of fun for you. What do you get out of this?
My biggest reward, and you'll see it tonight, is when we bring all the filmmakers up on stage and introduce them to the audience and let them take a bow. You want to find a voice for those things that give you great joy and passion in your life. The kids are obviously experience great excitement in pursuing their passion in a creative endeavor. And for me to witness that and give them a platform within which they can express themselves, that's the reward.
Are you ever surprised with the kind of things they're able to come up with?
I am surprised every festival. I mean, we get in all the films, I see every single one of them, and I marvel. I absolutely marvel at it. There are films that bring me to utter bawling tears. There are films that make me laugh. There are films that drop my jaw. It's an amazing experience.
Well, hey, thanks for taking time to talk to us. I know you're a busy man with your festival, so good luck and have a good night.
You bet. Thank you much.
At the end of the third evening, some good news.
Isaac Chamberlain in the audience.
Vancouver School of Arts and Academics senior Isaac Chamberlain won the night, earning a spot in the finals. Congratulations on the big win. That's really amazing. How does it feel?
Oh, it's great. It's basically the biggest victory of any artistic thing I've ever gotten, so that's a great feeling.
Your cheeks are flushed. How'd you feel when your name was called?
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, I saw some of the other films and I was really hopeful, and when they called my name, I was really excited, so I get red when I'm excited.
What did it feel like when the crowd, when your movie was over, you got a really strong response from the crowd. That had to feel really rewarding.
Yeah, I think that in theater and film, which are two of my art forms that I like to work in, the audience response is really important. So having that reaction and sort of that feedback from the audience is really an interesting thing to observe, because you have different audiences. So having the big audience react versus a smaller audience, it was really an interesting thing to observe.
The crowd also liked Zach's film. He won the Audience Award. So that meant, of the 4 films that made it to the final night of competition, half came from Vancouver School of Arts and Academics. Isaac finished 3rd overall and took home $250. He stopped in on the event on his way to prom, so he accepted his prize decked out in a tux.
In walks Isaac along with his date, and it looked like they were dressed for the Academy Award red carpet because they were both dressed to the hilt for prom, and we had some other prom goers that attended to watch the films. So we marched in thinking, we were going to get the Academy Award.
They're not quite there yet, but hey, they're only in high school. For the Young Filmmakers Project, I'm Nick Voll.